What's up, everybody? Welcome to RBL Weekly. I'm the Roast Battle League Commissioner, Pat Barker, flying solo this week. Brian Moses unable to join us. Hopefully he'll be back next week. If he were here, this is the part where he would say, new studio. You may have noticed we are in a new space. And I know right now this looks like an ISIS hostage video type of situation. Plain wall, me looking directly at the camera, about to read a list of demands. We have moved into a space that we are working on building up right now, putting some roast battle stuff on the walls, really making it feel like this is affiliated with the show somewhere, as opposed to being in a space with, I think we had a framed picture of Kramer on the wall. There was a George Costanza for some reason. There was an American Gothic replica. There was a lot of stuff that, in our last studio, which I loved, but it didn't really feel like the roast battle space. So our goal here is, as the new season approaches, starting on March 1st, we want to make this feel like the official headquarters of Roast Battle so we can get a lot of cool content done in here. So I apologize for the nature of this first video where it looks, a little bit like I'm sitting in somebody's garage doing this. By the time the season starts, this is going to be on point. I'm excited about it. And I think it's going to be a big step forward for the show. We are still in the off season for the next few weeks. Ahead of that March 1st season kickoff and the first in-season episode of RBL Weekly. As always, follow us on Instagram at Roast Battle, at RBL Commish for more information. You can go to roastbattleleague.com right now for all of your tickets, merch, all that sort of thing. We just got back from London. I was looking forward to discussing this with Brian. Like I said, he couldn't be here. So I'm not going to waste too much time talking about it. All I want to say is thank you. Thank you to our fans in London, our Patreon subscribers. My God, we had Patreon members come from all over the world out to London for the championship. It was an honor to not only get to share the night of the championship with them, but the nights prior. We were going out with the fans. We were having a pint. We were enjoying London, and to get to share that with the fans was really special. The number of you guys who came up afterwards and said, hey, we watch Roast Battle every week, and it's an honor that you're here. Believe me, the honor was entirely ours. It was really, really cool to be able to do that and to crown a world champion. Congratulations to Jay Yamaki from Tokyo, who I think I could safely say shocked the world. We put out a poll earlier in the day, who do you expect to win? And of the four battlers, Jay got the lowest percentage of the votes. And he came through and absolutely crushed. I think it was a great night for everybody. Andrew Manning from New York, the runner-up, he had an amazing first-round performance against Nate Welch. The third-place battle between Nate Welch and Jack Traynor was the battle of the night. If you're watching this, chances are you've already seen that championship. We dropped it on our channel a couple of days ago. There is also an exclusive podcast up with Jay Yamaki talking more about the championship and sort of that experience for him that I recorded last night. That is up on the Patreon right now. It is available for all members of the Patreon, paid or unpaid. So if you're thinking about the Patreon, I know I've gotten a lot of DMs from people who were like, you never even talk about it. I didn't even know it was a thing. I'm trying to let you guys know kind of regularly what we're doing over there. And we have 6 different podcasts right now, exclusives to the Patreon that are free. All you have to do is sign up. You don't have to pay a dime. And then, when you're there, take a look around and see if you want to support the show by joining as a paid member. I would love to talk more about the championship, but you've heard me talk a lot recently. There's been a lot of me talking, and frankly, I don't know what else to talk about. The off-season is coming to a close. We will be starting the new season on March 1st, and at that point, I suspect there will be a lot for me to discuss. Until then, we've kind of touched base on everything. So I'm not going to talk much this week. We have 4 great battles that I want you guys to see. 3 of them are kind of best of the off-season type of situations, just checking in on some of our Roast Battle cities. So without further ado, we're just going to jump right into a couple of those. We're going to start with Chicago. Oh, and by the way, stick around because we have 3 best of the offseason battles, and the 4th one is something very special and something that I do want to talk about a little bit. If you're a fan of Roast Battle, in particular Roast Battle Chicago, there was a loss suffered over the last week that I feel the need to address and talk about. And we're going to go back and watch a really fun battle from the past. But let's start in Chicago first with a battle from the present. They are getting ready to do their 2025 tournament. Of course, the tournament last year elevated Max Sorich to the next level and got Chicago an early lead in the American East Division, which they were unable to hold. This year, with the addition of a wild card, Chicago, the Bay Area, Austin, they're all really going to be competing for that wild card position, if not their division championship. And the tournament is always a great way for Chicago to get started. And it includes mostly new names, people that you probably haven't heard before who are trying to elevate themselves. But one of the names that I was surprised to see was Evelyn Troutman. Evelyn Troutman was one of the biggest stars in Chicago back in 2022. I think the year before we officially got started, when we were just kind of looking into doing the league. She was killing it, and then her appearances have been a little bit more sparse recently. And she entered the tournament this year. I'm really excited to see what she does. We're going to take a look at one of her battles from the offseason against Chicago's top rookie from last year, Fujico. Fujico kind of burst onto the scene. Also in the tournament, she was the runner-up to Max, and she really made a name for herself. This is a really fun battle that happened about a month back between the veteran and last year's top rookie in Chicago. It's Evelyn Troutman and Fujico. Here it is.
AI has gotten so realistic. This is the latest release from Apple. Hey, Fuji. Roast me.
That was good. As a Japanese person, today I feel so honored to be roasted by No Face from the Spirited Away. So, thank you for being here tonight. And let me get my roast started. Are you guys ready? Yeah! Louder, are you guys ready? Yeah! Evelyn should be sponsored by Nike. When she works at Suicide Prevention Center, she often heard saying, "Just do it."
Yeah, over here, suicide isn't honorable. Yeah, everyone's always afraid that I'm gonna kill myself after a roast battle. But historically, Fujico is much more likely to commit suicide than accept defeat. 3 weeks from now, they're gonna find her living in tunnels underneath Zanies. Still rattling off roast jokes.
Thank you, Rita Lynn Troutman. Anyway, I don't want to be too political, but people are usually on one side or the other side, right side or the left side, but the side Evelyn is on is suicide.
I really gotta move to Japan.
They will love you. We love Spirit Away. You're welcoming back.
I'm buying my.
I know. Oh. Me too.
Okay. Fujico used to be an accountant for the dating app Grindr. Yeah. She says she's an ally, but even that whole time, she was working for an Axis. Read a book. Okay.
Be nice. Evelyn recently auditioned for the movie Wicked. Not for the witch, but for the broomstick. Evelyn deserves a chance to fly, but she still didn't get it.
I always wanted to see Mitski live. That was more of a compliment, actually. Let's see, where am I going from that? Oh yeah. I have an eating disorder and bad body dysmorphia, but what? No. Okay. Yeah, I have an eating disorder and body dysmorphia, and that's because when I was growing up, all the clothes that I was trying to fit into were being made by Fujico. And she was using her measurements.
Evelyn looks like she writes love letters to Luigi Mangione. Dear Luigi, shoot me next. Shoot me.
Fujico is what happens if you keep your Tamagotchi alive for over 35 years.
Tamagotchi that I eat.
I haven't gotten a full night's sleep since she hatched.
I kept you all night.
I really just should have let you die.
Evelyn looks like Tom Wick if he quits Revenge and took a job at Petco.
I really wish AI would stop trying to make art and instead do our dishes and laundry. So Fujiko is from Japan. And when she came to America, she crawled out of a TV.
And she crawled out of the TV in American version, too.
I know. I have 7 jokes to do it. I'm passing the curse back to the original.
I'm passing right back to you.
This is an infinite roast.
Okay, my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, fine, ready.
Oh.
Well, speaking of that, my friend actually ordered a blow-up doll from Temu, and Evelyn showed up. I didn't know you were made in China.
I didn't either. Why is it always the Evelyns that have to go up against Jobu Topaki?
This is the last joke, by the way.
Okay. If I win tonight, Fujiko's shadow is going to be burned into the stage for the next 80 years.
Evelyn, you don't sound so popular. I know. When Evelyn was little, she wanted to be a Wendy Adams. But instead of Adams' family, she joined Mason's family. It's the only way she can get it.
All right, that's the battle. Make some noise for these two.
So that was Evelyn Troutman versus Fujico from Chicago, and very entertaining battle, very suicide heavy. There was a lot of suicide in there. But Evelyn was quick off the top with some of the rebuttals. Fujiko is just such a personality. I think that one thing I learned from the World Championship, where you had Nate Welch, Jack Trainer, Jay Yamaki, three of the biggest kind of like characters in the Roast Battle League, both visually, audibly, stylistically. And then you had Andrew Manning, who is... hadn't lost a battle in 3 years and just a normal guy, just a very boring guy. Being a boring guy has historically been an effective way to win battles, but in terms of, building kind of like a fan base, Nate Welch is like a celebrity in London. People were coming up afterwards asking for pictures, and maybe this happened with Andrew too. I don't know. I was around Nate when it was happening. I think there's something about having a very distinct like style that really resonates with people when you have the jokes to back it up. And both of these battlers, Evelyn and Fujiko, have a really distinct style that I think is like a star quality almost that takes them to kind of like a next level. So I thought that battle was great. I would love to see Evelyn make a run in the tournament. It springboarded Max Sorich. And frankly, if we had the wild card in place last year, that would have been Max. Max would have been going to New York to battle Andrew Manning for the right to go to the World Championship. So that wild card really changes things this year. If you're, a Chicago or an Austin or a Bay Area, teams that just kind of missed out last year, that is an extra layer. That's an extra opportunity for your top guy to compete against the best in the world. So excited to see what happens with the tournament, excited to see what happens with Chicago, and also excited to see what happens with, like I said, Austin and New York. Can New York do it again? I know New York is very, very confident. I know if you talk to New York, they think it's a foregone conclusion that they will win a third straight American East Division. I don't know. It's a little bit, there's a fine line between confidence and cockiness, and I think sometimes New York walks that. But let's take a look at New York right now, and let's take a look at a battle between New York and one of the other cities we just mentioned, Austin. Austin is another city that I think could really make a run at this thing if they get kind of all their ducks in a row, and one of their most interesting characters is a guy by the name of Ray Shenvi, who we've seen at the Mothership a couple times. Very interesting performer. And he was in New York recently and went up against one of their best, a guy who was undefeated in the 2023 Roast Battle season. Took a little step back last year. He's trying to rebound in 2025 and get back on top of the mountain in New York, a guy by the name of Dave Sheehan. So without further ado, let's jump into this next battle from the offseason. It's New York's Dave Sheehan with home field advantage going up against Austin's Ray Shenvi. Here it is.
I think I'm starting. This is technically not a roast battle. I'm just here celebrating Take Your Cult Leader to Work Day. Dan, how much effort did you have to put into scouring this entire country to find somebody who looks more dead than I do?
Thank you, vampire that prefers penis blood. Dave looks like he'd asked to see the manager at an orphanage. He won't let me fuck him.
Thank you, John may or may not still have a pulse. Ray looks like John Mayer if the song was called Your Dead Body is a Wonderland.
Thank you, naked turtle. Dave, you look like you dress up like a bug when you get scared.
And other times. Thank you, every brother on Succession. Ray is a mix of French and Scottish. That means his father was a snob and his mom was a frightened sheep. He also suffers from OCD, overrated comedian disorder.
Thank you, Vin Diesel. Or more like Vin Unleaded. Dave's a creepy tech guy. Dave is a creepy tech guy. He cuts apart a woman on a standing desk.
Thank you, me, if I'd killed myself at 25. Ray looks like a mafia don's dumbest son. Like, if his enemies piss him off, he won't blow up their car, but he will encase their car in Jell-O.
Thank you for being here, Dave. I knew you had to cancel a date with Coraline. Dave, when he goes to sleep, he crawls under a heat lamp next to his mom's bed.
Thank you, Jeremy Allen, white supremacist. All right, we got to wrap this up. He has to get back to setting bear traps to catch women. Ray did just fly here from Austin, and it was a really expensive flight. They charged him extra for every one of the bags under his eyes.
Thank you. Thank you. Dave looks like he holds a glue gun sideways. What's up, motherfucker? What street be Reggie?
That's how I made this.
So that was Dave Sheen versus Ray Shenvi. The New York crowd not buying Ray Shenvi's bullshit. That's the best way I can refer to that battle. Ray is sort of in that Grant Adcock, Ryer Kammerman, alty kind of Austin scene. We've talked about it a bunch on the show about how Austin seems to have two speeds. One is just like cram as many slurs into a joke as humanly possible, and the other one is whimsical, Tim Burton character, the Willy Wonka of roast battle type of thing. And Ray definitely fits into the latter category. I thought that Dave's jokes in this battle were really sharp and on point. This is a guy, when people talk about New York, a lot of people, our viewership for this podcast really grew over the course of, from season 1 to season 2. That 2023 season, when Dave went undefeated, I think there's a lot of people who are tuning in now who might not be as familiar with Dave. I hope that's like a little introductory course. He's funny. His jokes are quick. They're to the point. They're efficient. A lot of really good, smart observational type of stuff. A lot of good visual stuff. I thought he really hit Ray on a few different things that I wouldn't have pieced together, watching it. But for him to immediately call out, you found the only person who looks deader than I do. The bags under the eyes, all the John Mayer stuff, I thought was a lot of fun. It would be cool to see Dave enter his name into the conversation next to the Andrew Mannings and John Ajodas and Malia Simons next year, and kind of be part of that group, in the league. So I look forward to that. This could be a big season, really, for returns. We talked about Evelyn Troutman, who was not a big part of the first 2 seasons. Now she's in the tournament. Dave Sheehan took a step backwards last year. Can he rebound? And there's a guy here in LA who hadn't battled since pre-pandemic. This is a guy who came up in the early days of the show. When I first started battling, he was someone that I looked up to, someone that, was kind of on top of that mountain. He had just had a battle of the year against his good friend Frank Castillo in the belly room. And Frank, of course, went on to win the season 2 on Comedy Central. A guy by the name of Jay Light, truly a legend in the show out here. And he announced that he wanted to come back and battle. And on New Year's Eve, he stepped back into the ring for the first time in, I want to say, 5 or 6 years. And not only did he have a great battle, not only did he win, but he immediately followed it out by staying on mic and calling out his next victim. So this wasn't a one-off return. We get that a lot. Somebody comes back, they want to do it, and then they're like, I don't know. It was a lot of work. Jay is all the way in. and he already has his next battle lined up. And I hope that he makes an impact on the LA scene this season, because the game is better when Jay Light is one of the players, for sure. This is his New Year's Eve battle against Julian Fernandez. Of course, Julian, one of the long-established stars of the RBL, put up a ton of points last year, and they're one of the most entertaining battlers in the scene. So I had high hopes for this one, and it delivered. Let's check it out without further ado. Jay Light versus Julian Fernandez. Here it is.
Battle! The return of Jay Light! Let's roast!
Everybody give it up for my opponent, the brawny man of feminine wipes. Jay, I'm gender neutral, but I can't tell if you're transitioning from or into Rachel Maddow.
Folks, this flaming thought Cheeto is Julian Fernandez. Julian actually came out as non-binary 5 years ago tonight. Yeah, you know what they say, new year, new we. Pretty sure Julian started using they, them just so they wouldn't be alone at midnight.
And I never am. But that's true, Jay. I am non-binary, but you look like the lesbian I'm trying to be. Jay looks like the first part of him that enters a room are his teeth.
You look like Quasimodo if he rang the Taco Bell. Julian is non-binary, the coward's trans.
It's good.
Now, a lot of people don't know what non-binary means. What it means to Julian is not gay enough to exercise or have fashion sense.
Can't afford it. There's a price tag. Jay, you look like you tell kids, hey, I'm a cool pedophile.
I am. Got those good snacks. Julian is actually half Samoan, not the island, the Girl Scout cookie.
Damn.
You can't commit a hate crime against Julian because you'd have to drag them behind 2 trucks.
Jay used to be a door guy here and would black out a lot. Sorry, I fucked that up. Jay used to be a door guy here and would throw blacks out a lot. Be careful, you two. Watch
Every
out.
door
Watch
nigga
out.
here.
No, that's it. Watch out. He's coming for you.
I am off the clock, bitch. Julian used to work at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter until the Sorting Hat couldn't figure out which bathroom they were supposed to use. Now, unlike J.K. Rowling, I don't care which bathroom Julian uses, but I do know they've always peed sitting down.
You gotta scroll through TikTok somehow. You know, I gotta do that. I'm 3 Moscow Mules in. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
3 Moscow Mules now, a donkey show later. Julian's got a full night.
That's good. Jay has had a very eventful year. He actually auditioned for the new Superman movie. They said he was a shoo-in for Clark Cuck. No, but actually, Jay did just recently get married. Doesn't he look like he refers to her as his female wife? Jay, you look like you have to tag someone in to make your wife come.
This nightmare on Castro Street is Julian Fernandez. Julian is an accomplished voice actor. They are currently doing voices for the Transformers. Julian was inspired because their dad kept calling them a fagatron. Julian's character is the only Transformer that cut off its own catalytic converter.
So good. Roll out.
Hey, keep it.
So that was Jay Light versus Julian Fernandez. Fun to go back and watch. There were some definite quotables in that battle. Calling non-binary people the cowards trans was particularly incredible to me. Jay had amazing stuff. Julian really has made a roast battle career out of having really good performances and losing. Which to me that's the mark of a great battler. You just got to win a little bit more than you lose. You look at Jack Trainer, he won the MVP this year and he was 4-3. And then he went to the World Championships and he lost both, and he arguably had the two best battles of the night. There's a reason why people love Jack Trainer. And Julian is kind of following that same path. I believe they went 1-6 last year, but put up a ton of points. Just a really good, someone you want on your team. If the objective is to have the best battles possible, to get on the podcast, to get points, Julian is as good as it gets for someone to be on your team. And they had great jokes about Jay, too. Jay's a much tougher person to roast than Julian is, in my estimation. And I thought Julian really hung tough. That being said, I mean, what a return. What a return. There was no evident sign of ring rust. There was no remembering how to do this. It was very much the old adage of, it's like riding a bike. Like Jay hopped right back on the bike and started running over pedestrians left and right. He was absolutely incredible. And it's great to have him back, man. It really we're in the middle of a resurgence of the roast battle, and someone who's been there the entire time. I saw it kind of peak in 2016 and 17 with the TV, and then going into the pandemic, I wasn't sure what the future of it would be, and we took a while to kind of find our footing. But the league is really bringing people kind of back to the table, and seeing, Keith Carey and Kim Congdon getting to go battle in Tokyo last year, and now Jay's coming back, and I'm sure you're going to see him battling in other cities sooner rather than later. It's just it's really cool to be part of like that second wave of roast battle here in LA, and the first wave for a lot of people all over the world who are experiencing it for the first time. So great battle, great job to both of those competitors, and Jay Light. It's good to have you back. I want to close with a little bit more somber note. If you're a fan, not just of Roast Battle, not just of Roast Battle Chicago, but, stand-up in general, we suffered a pretty big loss this week. Really hilarious young comedian by the name of Ken Flores. He passed away entirely too young. I believe he was 28 years old, and it's just it's a massive loss for the community. Ken was a guy that I never had the pleasure of meeting personally, which is kind of unbelievable. But I was always I was a fan of, and I heard nothing but great things about him as a person as well. He certainly has one of those like radiant kind of personalities that translates through the screen, where you're like, yeah, I'll bet that guy is a lot of fun to hang out with. I want to grab a beer with that guy. And I wish I'd had the opportunity to. I never did. That being said, I was a big fan of his work. This is a guy who is really on the rise, making astronomical progress. He did his first Roast Battle Chicago battle back in 2022. He did another one in 2023. And by 2024, he was a national touring headliner with a huge fan base. But even as that happened, he always made it a point to come back. He judged Roast Battle Chicago a bunch more times. I think he went out and judged Denver as well. He might have even judged LA in one of the rare weeks that I missed. I feel like we just missed each other at one point. But whenever he was here in LA, I know people were really excited to have him in town. It's tough. I love the Roast Battle community and the fact that this kind of all brings us together, and that, people on a personal level from all over the world that you might not have before. If you're a battler, it's been really cool for me to have friends all over the place. But, it's just more opportunities for something like this. And, that hurt that I'm feeling is felt, by a lot of people Ken Flores touched a lot of people. He had a lot of fans and friends and family all over the world. And, our condolences at Roast Battle go out to all of them. I want to close this week's episode by showing my favorite Ken Flores battle. This is from 2023. And it was Jeff Ross actually was in town in Chicago, and he judged, and that was, I know, a big deal to everybody over there. Along with Keith Carey, who happened to be in town. I saw Leah Kajanian, Roast Battle legend, on the panel, and they got to witness a truly special battle that I'm going to share with you guys now. If you're Roast Battle fans, you might have already seen this one, but let's relive it once together. And pay tribute to a legend in this thing, a rising young star who taken far too soon. This is Ken Flores versus Oscar Carvajal, and we're going to ride out on this week. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back next week with we're gonna keep working on the studio here. Hopefully Brian Moses will be back with me, and we can return to a little bit of normalcy. I know it's been a long off season, but we're building this up for you guys. I'm excited for next season, but more than anything right now, I'm excited to watch this battle. Rest in peace, Ken Flores, and our condolences to everybody affected by this. This is Ken Flores versus Oscar Carvajal. Here it is.
Let's roast! Who's starting us up? Oscar, go! Goddamn, he was too excited.
He tried to steal the mic already, bro.
Can you hear me? He's already stealing shit.
What's up? What's up, fat piece of shit? I can go first or what?
I don't know.
What's up?
Go first, Oscar. Start us off, man.
All right, man. Let's talk about how fat this motherfucker is, right? Let's start with that, bro. Ken is so fat that when he has sex with women, they suck on his titties, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then they nut on his face and shit. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oscar came up here like he needed fucking Spanish instructions. He dropping the mic and shit, goddammit. Fuck out of here.
Bro, Mike is heavy, dog.
Oscar's grandma recently died.
Ayo, don't play!
They put her body to rest via cremation, or as I like to call it, boom, roasted, bitch.
Shit, you wouldn't know why they roast that food, motherfucker. Look at you, huh?
That fool talking in cursive,
Shit,
bro.
Fuck you. This fat fuck is also a fucking cokehead, dog. You know what I'm saying? Last year he almost died of an overdose. He almost had a heart attack, dog. You don't need to do coke to have a heart attack, dog. Dog, you know what I'm saying, dog? Your fat ass gonna have a heart attack regardless, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dog.
The reason
Dog, if that fentanyl don't get you, diabetes will, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying, dog? Don't even take a Uber home, bro. Take a fucking ambulance as well. You know what I'm saying?
Esos fueron 4 chistes.
Fue uno, pendejo. Fue uno y ya está. Maybe if you put more punchlines in your jokes, you wouldn't know that's a joke, motherfucker.
Every time he says a joke, he says, you know what I'm saying? Because he's not sure if y'all understand.
I say that shit because that's how we grew up talking. That's how we grew up talking in the hood, dog. Out in the suburbs.
Oscar's the only Mexican I know that was born and raised in Chicago, but he looks like he's visiting.
Ooh. Speaking of visiting, look at this motherfucker. He says he's Mexican. But look at his fucking face, man. This motherfucker's Mongolian, bro. He's a direct descendant of Genghis Khan, bro. Matter of fact, in his will, they gave him China, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Did you guys know what he's saying?
They obviously laughing, fool. You know what I'm saying?
Oscar looks like the Oompa Loompa that got fired from the chocolate factory for using somebody else's social security number.
Come on!
I'm surprised this motherfucker's doing well, because every time I see him, he's eating a bunch of dicks on stage, bro. Last year at St. Louis at the Cinco de Mayo, he bombed so bad, bro. He bombed so bad, I started telling people I was Guatemalan, because I was associated with bro. You know what I'm saying, bro?
You look Guatemalan, motherfucker, what the fuck?
And you look Mongolian. The motherfucker established that already, bro. Or
The
something.
reason we went last is because his caravan just got here.
The reason we went last because this motherfucker couldn't stop eating, dog. Fuck out of here.
Oscar shirts come with toys.
I forgot my joke.
This is amazing.
I have no idea what joke we're on.
11.
This fat, sweaty motherfucker, bro. I swear to God, bro. This motherfucker's so sweaty, he don't even walk no more. He just glides and shit. Like a motherfucker, bro. If this motherfucker falls down right now, he'll look like the Bears did on Sunday, bro. Just sliding through fucking Soldier Field, bro.
Wow.
Oscar just watched the game today because this is when they air on Telemundo.
Motherfucker, at least I have a TV, fool. Yeah, motherfucker. I bet you're a bad Mexican and you watch only TV in English.
Oscar looks like he almost got Down syndrome, dog.
Hey, you look like you got it, motherfucker.
How long is this gonna go?
They got 2 more each. I'm pretty sure they got 2 more each. I'm not sure though.
Oscar looks like a tall midget.
This motherfucker is so fat, man. The last time he saw his dick, New York still had Twin Towers, bro.
You hang that thing.
The last time you saw your dick was when the coyote was sucking your motherfucker.
Hey, bro, hey. Coyote suck good dick. I can't say. I can't blame him, bro. Can't blame him, bro. All right. I think last one. Okay. This motherfucker told me.
Shut up.
Found around. Last joke each.
This motherfucker told me a story that one time a girl walked in his room and tried to fuck, but his dick couldn't get up because he was too coked out and shit. I could just think the dick is thinking like, man, this motherfucker don't get up. What the fuck am I gonna get up? You know what I mean? This motherfucker won't get off the couch, bro. I swear.
Oscar's nickname is El Cuchillo, which translates into kitchen knife.
Knife.
The same thing he uses to cut his hair, dog.
All right, that's a roast. Make some noise for that. Hold it out. Holy shit. That's how you close out a show. Battle. Oh, come on. Make some noise. Holy shit. Panel, Jeff, start us off, man.
I can't believe just 2 hours ago I was buying churros from you guys outside. You're fucking crushing it at the roast battle. Fucking just, that was so fun. What a great battle to end the night. That was a fucking war, man. That was like, you guys hung in there, man. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Holy shit. That battle went on, felt like for an hour. Holy shit.
I feel like you're both battling other things as well. I feel like this is like, you know, Ralphie Cinco de Mayo versus what the fuck happened to Bobby Lee.
Damn.
I'm not picking winners and losers tonight. I'm just here for fun. I'll let the regular panel.
All right, that's the move, man.
Oscar, how many ladders have you fell off? You're supposed to be the one with a neck. I love both. You two are fucking amazing. This was so much fun. Thank you for letting me watch that.
Oh, yes, thank you, man. Thank you so much. Rico, what are your thoughts, man? Weigh in.
Man, that was, just sincerely, that was I think my favorite battle I've ever seen on the show, man. So thank you guys.
Make some noise for that. Make some noise for that.
That was so much fucking fun. You guys both were so funny. That was awesome. Ken, weird choice to roast your younger self. Every time he hit you with your joke, your face looked like you didn't see it coming. I can't see your eyes. Wow. I mean, here's the thing. You both had like 10s out of 10s out of 10s, but I'm gonna give it to Ken. His comebacks were, I mean, they were exemplary, man. They were killer. So.
All right, one for Ken, one for Ken. Keith, what are your thoughts, man?
Holy shit. Homo versus sumo went hard. That was fucking great work from both of you guys, sincerely. Ken, I love that you've reached a level of fat where your face is eating itself, right? Like, you look like if horchata had a Kool-Aid man.
Oh, fuck!
I want Trump to build the wall just so you can knock it the fuck down. Oh, my God. I also realized if I stand in between the two of you, it looks like the evolution chart for an eating disorder. Like, yeah, that was one of the best battles I've ever seen. Anywhere. I'm going to give it to Ken because the Oompa Loompa joke broke my fucking brain. But yeah, fucking great work, dude. Fucking both of you guys.
Holy
so good.
shit. Oh, yeah, 2 for Ken. Leah, what are your thoughts?
Man, that was amazing. Thank you guys. That was really great. Give it up for them. That was the best battle. That was so much fucking fun to watch. Man, it was close and you were both really funny. I think it was hard for you to concentrate on your jokes if you're getting sucked into his orbit. But I gotta give it to Ken. You cracked me up, dude. Very funny.
All right. Ken's got 3.
I have always wondered what a Russian nesting doll would look like if it was Mexican. So, also, I apologize for having this glass full of ice. I know that must be triggering.
Savage. What Adam looks like he used to bully the rest of the Jews in Auschwitz.
That's right.
Let him talk.
These striped pajamas don't run, Ken. All right?
You look like the only Jew the Nazis sent to fat camp.
You look like you're using every fat joke that was ever used against you here tonight, motherfucker.
God damn. Bro, he's just on the panel. Let the man live.
I've known Oscar for 8 years, as long as I've been doing comedy. And his entire family's from Mexico, but his voice still sounds racist to me. I do have to say, though, both of y'all were amazing. Jeff, to answer your question from earlier, that's why they went on last. But Ken was able to write a joke where half the words weren't dog. So I'm going to have to give it to Ken.
All right, Ken takes the round. That was a good-ass round, man. Grace, what are your thoughts? Weigh in.
Yeah, that was awesome. Ken, you look like if Buddha reincarnated as a Latin king.
We look like big and tall, bitch.
No, that was an amazing fight. I haven't seen a beating like that since your abuelitas were making me tortillas at Arturo's.
Yeah, her accent changed on site.
I know. I work with a lot of Mexicans. Yeah, no, that was awesome. Great job. Give it to Ken.
All right, Ken takes a clean sweep. Next roast booster. Thank you guys so much. Yo, thank you guys.